For Donk and ZywOo, two of the best in the world, it's Judgment Day!
Strap in for this one, folks. Vitality, Spirit. We start on Mirage, we go to Dust, we hopefully end on Anubis. It was dominant last time around. Vitality swept them aside in Dallas. But we're expecting more from Spirit to finish off their season.
I mean, it's a textbook definition of a rematch, right? Mirrored matchup, mirrored map pool. Will results be different this time for Spirit? It looks like Donk wants to set the pace here on this T side. He's going to be the first man in. Look who they're destined to meet. This terrible trifecta. ZywOo, first point of contact, but it's actually Apex to open up. Now ZywOo gets his chance to be involved, and Flames is clean with it. Don't underestimate this guy on Mirage. They can't deal with him. They can't flush him out, and they're going to live to regret it. Pistol round teed up for Vitality. It's just Shiro left standing, and not for long.
Start this series off on Spirit's map pick. And even though we know Spirit will bring just as much aggression to the CT side of this map, they've got to get there first.
I mean, we all know Apex is a very emotional guy, right? But he holds his team to a super high standard, as he should. This was a roster put together to win championships, and they've been in finals. They've had chances. I've heard some of the stern words he's exchanged with the squad, so a good start from him. Maybe that trickles down the line. Mezzi will hold back the B play, but he's got to do a lot more. The Merriman's overran. It's just the dink onto Shiro. ZywOo moves in. Can he be the savior? He's got Flames in alongside him, but ZywOo is operating alone right now, and that leaves him in the prying eyes of Chopper. This one slows for a moment.
Magics can't stick. They need to make sure no one's out in the back of the site already, so Chopper's going for the clear. This puts him in the prying eyes of Flamesy. Position taken, plant allowed, and Apex taking his sweet time on a kitless retake so far.
You don't want to let Spirit get back in on a round like this. It's imperative that Vitality find it, and Flames is aware. He was ready for that re-swing.
Wow. Seen many times on the stage. Every time they attend an event, they grace that stage, but there's not many events attended for Spirit so far. Will that avoidance of EPL, will that lack of official practice come back to bite them when it matters?
ZywOo's finally donning the big green. Shiro brings his out as well for Spirit. So we have a chance to see these AWPers clash.
Oh, dangerous.
Apex went back and gave some extra util to his teammates. He wants to fight for the mid control. Won't survive the journey. Captain's clash, and Chopper comes out ahead.
Apex almost took the AWP with him though. Shiro got full blinded and pushed off that top mid angle. Vitality have chipped away at one of those star pieces of Spirit, but they lose a lot of the map. Peeling back now all the way into window. Spinks has a crossfire with Flames, but even ZywOo conceding that A site with the AWP. Vitality putting so much pressure on lower in this CT side already, knowing these lurks are going to come through for Spirit, and they're not wrong. Bomb still top mid.
It's looking like this is building into the A split through connector, right? But because Vitality is still so interested in fighting for middle, Spirit won't necessarily have that room to launch the A play. Flames and Spinks have got to hold the line, or else that would open up the A site. Zontic's going to try get involved now. He spots a player over at jungle, but with 30 seconds left, Spirit are on borrowed time here.
It's up to ZywOo back in the spawn. Flames can afford to give it up. ZywOo knows there's a Palace lurker to worry about. It's the bomb he wants to cut down with the time so low. Peeking over the smoke, he falls off, and Spirit might have the room to get in the site.
Yeah, Flames smoked out. Spam connect, slowing that bomb cross even longer. Chopper just barely making it into the site with 10 seconds left, but here's the punch from Flames! Oh, and it's the big smoke!
Vitality in this semi-final. We're only 5 rounds in. It's feeling like Spirit haven't had a chance. Despite a 2v2, even a man advantage in that round, it matters not. Hero AK for Donk. The re-smoke comes in and window. ZywOo cut off.
Vitality's biggest problems in these finals that they've been in the last 2 times around is just individuals going missing, whether that's ZywOo having a bit of a drop-off, right? If you remember back at Pro League, he was close to setting records with the performance he was putting up till he got to the finals. Over in Dallas, it was Mezzi trying to haul them over the line, but no one else was really there. No one else was able to match up against m0NESY on the other side. But here, Flames is having one of these vintage Mirage performances that he sometimes gives you at such a critical juncture.
Yeah, this is his standout, right? Remember in OG, he had some unbelievable Mirage games, some unbelievable moments. Almost seemed like a no-brainer putting him alongside Spinks in this roster. And sure, like you said, there's always been questions on the form, the consistency of some of these stars of Vitality, but when they are on, my God, we're going to need Donk today, no doubt about it. Hero AK in this round, full mid-control conceded for a change. Vitality trying to stay ahead of the game, double bench.
This one's going to fall to Spinks and mezii then, isn't it? And with Spinks dead, mezii got to do it. mezii has to do this, and he's run down. Magic's going to get the better of him, and that's opened up the B site. Even though ZywOo arrives on the scene, you're a man down. You're left lacking. Chopper could give up an equalizer, but instead he'll take him away. Beautiful dig work from the captain of Spirit. And this round, this one, it's over.
Not much ZywOo can do or say about that. Double dig in the window from the captain. And even trying to take the AWP out of the end, Donk will do it instead. Entry and the closer for Donk. That's
very composed on the other side. Mid's starting to feel like it's off the cards for Spirit. And you can't let that slide. That's the worrying thing if you're Chopper. That's why you keep seeing him go back for it. Even though they're not winning this control, you don't feel comfortable giving it away to Vitality. This round, they certainly might. 3 leaning over towards the apartments early on. Chopper alone out in middle. And he had Shiro throwing a little bit of extra util for him to take that space. mezii even moves through lower.
mezii has the best position. He has the round-winning position. If ZywOo just takes 1 kill, there's almost no shot that Spirit will check this corner, and mezii will be able to feast. There's the kill. Does ZywOo even want to stop? Might he go back for more in this angle? mezii awaits more aggression. Good flash. And ZywOo not timid, not tamed, not stopping. 2 kills off this AWP. They're out short. And ZywOo, can he hit the flick? Does he even know? They're walking up close. AWP almost dropped. ZywOo should fall. They whip the spray. And ZywOo wants every single kill in this round. 4 frags from the Frenchman. And it's done like that. Broke the Spirit in sight. And they are feeling the weight of ZywOo right now on this CT side. He's going back for more in the connector. First time. Chopper might find out the hard way. Actually sneaks underneath the smoke. Got to give it to Chopper. He's found himself in some nice positions in this T side, but is that going to be enough to find this kill? Apex again sneaks away. Chopper's found this spot before, but this time denied as ZywOo takes out the opposing AWPer. There's nothing left in this round for Spirit. No control. Retrieving the bomb. B is a gap, but Magix has been tamed so far.
And you can see what this lack of mid is doing to the rest of Spirit. All these extremity players are feeling this pressure to get involved, but it means that these pushes are coming in a little late in the round. They feel a little desperate. Usually it's one guy trying to make a move, trying to take back some space once middle is lost. But you can see Magix, his job is so hard. He's got to check so many angles. And he will miss the timing on mezii, but a gap found out into the B side. Donk in the meantime, quick double kill. Hold on a second. Donk might make magic happen here. 2 kills and the B site fallen. Vitality as they try to shift out of there. They run into Donk. 2 shy of winning the round single-handedly, but 3 tease them up for the 2v2 post-plant. Donk's got to watch on. Can Zontix and Magix finish what he started?
They've got to do right by him. Zontix has a boatload of util, but he opts for positional play instead, getting close to go 1-for-1 at bare minimum. As mezii comes through the window, it spinks in through the door, and Zontix denies mezii. Hurdle. mezii on the clutch right now. The merry man of Vitality needs to give this crowd a cheer. 1v1, not knowing the position, but it doesn't matter for mezii. mezii all right for Spirit, no less. 1 round on this T side of their map pick.
This is a grudge match for Spirit. They wanted revenge, but it might end up being one that really haunts them, a rivalry taking shape before your very eyes if this keeps up.
I mean, for a while, we said no one can beat Spirit, only Mouse. They're the only ones. Oh, it's Vertigo. That's their weakness. Well, the cracks are beginning to show. More and more teams able to wrangle this dragon. Vitality subduing it right now. That's awkward. ZywOo caught with a flash. Apex has to make up for it. He loses track and somehow saves this round. Even dinking Zontix How has he done that? 2v3, this round is still considerable for Vitality.
And at this point, right, you got nothing to lose in giving it a go. Mezzi's already won a clutch before. This time he's got Spinks in there alongside him. Spurred on at the beck and call of the crowd. Let's see what Mezzi can do. They've lent him their voice, but now he's got to deliver. Mezzi closes in. Shadow seen, that one's free for Mezzi, but time is getting away from Vitality. They've got to move quickly. Bomb being held. Chopper's got the knife out, and he will get Mezzi off the bomb. It's close. Spinks can get on it right now. Magix is far away. Spam will connect, and so just barely.
Last round of the half here. And Spirit, who are worse for wear. Mac 10, Galil's, no AWP. They just go for something standard.
Apex out of ammo, so right now Flames is in real hot water. But Flames, he boils them back. 2 quick kills, trapped in at triple, will get spammed. But he did what he had to do in the round. He's teed up Vitality, they chase down Chopper, and it's just Shiro. 1v3, these smokes are fading, and with it, the timer on winning this clutch. Shiro moves in, looking for a way out, but noise made. No, Shiro, he's giving it away. They know where he is, and Vitality are not jumping the gun on this. They like how uncomfortable he feels. They want to keep him there. And the ramp flank is in for ZywOo, who wraps this up. No consecutive rounds for Spirit.
We have not seen Spirit look this mortal on a stage, even in Dallas, even in that major quarterfinal. They put up a fight. Where is it? An aggressive CT-sided team, Donk known to run it up mid, but Spinks is waiting for that fact. And Spirit cool off in this pistol. As Vitality set up in the palace. It's Mezzi on the throne with the bomb. And ZywOo on ramp with that Glock. Spirit just trying to probe, trying to figure out where Vitality are going. They show an underlurk. That's going to keep in the back of the head of Spirit all round as Vitality filter out into the site.
Oh, Chopper's going to open. He has been kind of the shining light for Spirit in amongst their dismal first half.
Yeah.
But this pistol round looking to get picked up by Spirit. They're out for blood. And they needed it. They needed any sort of injection they could get to try and bring themselves back into Mirage. Just Apex left standing in a 1v5. There should be no hope here for Vitality. Instead, they're going to have to search when the guns come out.
Oh. All right, Spirit, destined to make this a game after all.
Do that. You think you might have them more jittery if you're Vitality. You might have them a bit more paranoid, but you don't. Shiro is largely a non-factor in that first half here. He tries to play early and ends up paying the price for it. 2 kills over in middle for Vitality, and this one suddenly has intrigue around it. There's an AWP dropped here, and it's found its way into the hands of ZywOo, or at least it will. So now Vitality are armed. Now they're dangerous. They came into this with not much to play with. They've made out with the loot. So they're going to slow it right down. See if Spirit give them a way in. Right as it felt like the fortunes were starting to go back in favor of the Spirit squad. Maybe Vitality can upset here with the pistols.
Yeah, I can't believe Flames just finds a double kill through that connector smoke, takes out the 2 stars of the Spirit show. Got to show that the skill runs deeper than that. Magix in the apartments, jiggling and waiting for this easy opening kill. You would presume Apex comes in with a D. That's fine for Magix. It's an early warning system. We have a big flank around the map, and Spirit start to rotate over. Zontic just has to hold his position, but if he tries to cross the window, ZywOo sends him. No! Missed shot from the Woo. Reposition inside of the site, that gives Chopper the room to move, and Zontic gets spammed out as well. It's all on Chopper, and he's on the clock.
That's worst case scenario for Spirit, but fantastic for Vitality. They've isolated that one fight over in Market, and so with each passing second, the timing should become clear. When you haven't seen him short, you haven't heard him rotating through the Market doors. There's only one place left, and ZywOo is ready for it. After dominance in Dallas, is London, where they light up this rivalry. Flames fast down towards Connector. Chopper taking aggressive moves over at ramp, and who's there alongside him? It's Donk. He takes first contact, and Apex falls early. Gonna have to manage this one from beyond the grave.
And these are the rounds Apex hates, right? Ooh, it can get worse for wear.
Nice info at least, the fact that Donk's the one to get that kill and get softened up in the exchange. When he's over towards ramp, you know that Spirit are a little more lax in middle. So finally, Vitality have got this space, but now it becomes a question of what are they gonna do with it?
Back to that B site. Trying to keep the info gone in middle. ZywOo smokes top connector, but even Flames is pulling back from under. And as this happens, Spirit make the info play. Contact down ramp for Chopper has allowed a triple B setup with the AWP on the apartments. Akin to last round, Vitality are walking into a trap.
This is going to be a real uphill battle.
Saw him.
Magic's taking first contact. Shiro has rotated away, so it's only two players here. He's going to be a little faster on the rotate, but they will have to hold back the tide of Vitality. Zontic's double up, and a missed shot from Shiro. That could be a golden window of opportunity for Vitality. They at least get this plant. It's ZywOo and it's Spinks. Two huge names in the Vitality jerseys left up to try and secure map point here. They get that bomb planted. Molly will make life awkward for Spinks, forcing a swing. ZywOo has to be the one to deliver match point to Vitality, and he can't do it.
Vitality, not a loss they would forget quickly. Gotta fight back. Another execute. Donk playing mobile back towards this A site again. 3 strong once more for Spirit.
Flames gonna lead the charge. You kind of need Flames to have a big moment here. He's very much the guy who tries to bail them out, but Donk hopping in! Double kill. That's enough to keep Spirit interested if they could take one more, but not today.
Zontic needs that kill. You'd expect a save from Shiro every single day of the week. The fact that he's even close to this position is alarming, but he's got a quick kill, and maybe that's tempting. It's in his own hands now. Smoke kit, AK swap, Shiro's on for it, but Spinks denies, and that's map point for Vitality.
2-punch. Vitality, everyone was firing on all cylinders coming into this. I think now that kind of goes the way of Spirit, so it's nice to see Flames and Spinks have that second wind. But one round's not enough. They needed 2 to close this out. Spirit still have room to play with. Another buy, and Shiro in position to repel the B play. Vitality have entirely left mid, polar opposite from how this game started. Instead, it's all about the outer field. It's all about the extremities for Vitality. And to do that, they've got to get past this AWP.
Shiro's still alone, no support from any position. He's going to have to back up and buy some more time in the site. Flashes, mollies, everything landing. So are his shots as he scalps Mezzi as well. They cool it off. Vitality don't like what they're running into. I can barely blame them. 4 strong now. Could have been a bloodbath. Might just be a reset here. Apex very vocal. Look at the stress. We've worried this could be the undoing of Vitality at times. We've seen players play almost scared. Not this Vitality, they can't afford to, not on this stage with these stakes at the end of the season. Apex has to inspire some confidence to win from the back foot, 4v5 into this site.
I mean, even over the last few weeks, Apex has been burned in these finals, right? He's got very recent scars that are still fresh here. And he knows if they can't beat Spirit, if they can't close a 10-2 lead, they've got no business winning a trophy. They've got no business getting their hands on it. So he takes this as a kind of quasi timeout to talk to the guys. It's a 4-man save. It seems like an admittal of defeat, but it at least gives them something to play with in the future. Spirit get right back to it, and all it took was that Shiro AWP to stop the B hit in its tracks, and Vitality go no further.
Galils to allow for util, and no AWP for ZywOo either. It's bare bones as far as buys go. Out into middle with a bit more pace from Vitality.
There's this pacey round that got them back in last time. This time it's into the familiar killing field of mid. Donk floating around, but right now, they're both trapped in that cone. Oh God, ZywOo! Quick double, and they practically hand it to him. Wires crossed for Spirit at a horrible time, and all of this comeback, all of these rounds, it might be for naught. to pull it back from 2-10 down, only to get it taken away right at the bitter end. Magix has nothing to play for, nothing to do. 1v4 as this begins. The last 12 rounds, all for nothing. Spirit's comeback dreams ride on Magix. Vitality with the solution. An unfortunate double up over in middle. A slight misstep from Team Spirit that Vitality have looked to capitalize on and put themselves one map closer to that grand final. There just isn't time for Magix, and Vitality stop that comeback in its tracks.
Well, here in a kingdom united by Counter-Strike, I ask you, London, for Dust 2, will you get loud?
Is this the beginning of the end? Or the start of something terrifying for Team Spirit? Donk getting involved early as Vitality lean over towards this B site. I think for Vitality, it's going to be important to start off strong, try and carry that momentum that they have from closing out the last map. And to do that, they've got to get past the terrifying B hole. Donk falls early, Zontix can't reply, and so B is open. Apex, all eyes on him as he tries to cut off these rotates. Info gained, but chased down. It's a 3v3 in this post plant over at B.
Magic's so scared of lurks. Oh my God, where did that come from? Double up for Shiro, starting stronger than Mirage. Took him a while to wake up. Flames has to put them down now in the site. 1v3, they come swinging in. First one's free, but now they can isolate. Chasing him behind the box. Flames able to pick his fights, pick his poison. And right now, Flames sets them ablaze!
What we know now. And so this time they can't afford to have a slow start. Spirit, they're bringing out 2 AWPs from the get-go. Donk donning one of them.
Just Spawn's getting taken all game for Vitality again, just rushing out long. Messi looking for that clean entry. That is one way to do it. Magician gets put back in the hat. Oh, that's a nice one though. Donk AWPing in middle, that second AWP. Finding Zaiwu crawling up catwalk. Now this split denied, it's all on the long side.
Shiro gonna try swinging in. It's a leg, but not the killing blow. It's a room still taken for Vitality here. That second AWP on Donk's back. Rotates into elevator. And it might have to be the AWP that uplifts Spirit here. As Vitality have run down the bomb site. They've got this control. Flames even swinging and fighting. Trying to carve that path for the plant. Right now it's all balancing on a knife's edge. This first kill going to be weighted heavily, but this smoke on short puts Shiro on a timer, and eventually that time expires. Apex doubles up. It's Donk and Chopper who have got to do it now for Spirit. Chopper holding the line. Spinks is so far removed. He didn't ever want to be in this position in the round. And there's that AWP from Donk. It's got to be Messi. 2 kills to his name already. The Donk to face up against. Rummy on the stage in London, and his peaks will blind you. Goes looking for that AWP. Donk will not give him the fight. And with Donk not giving this up, he's using that low HP against Messi, forcing him to make an awkward decision. He's got to commit to the plant, and now Donk moves in. Donk might be on the clock, but he's got all the advantages. Low HP on Messi. This shot has got to be flawless, and it's not. Donk dove him! Very fabric of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Bubsky was getting worried about Donk getting too aggressive, maybe too keen for his own good, but when he's got the support of Shiro finding Zaiwu on a mid-pick like that, it opens up options, it opens opportunities. Chopper gonna get closed out here in pit though. 1-for-1, he still takes Messi with him. Vitality take long control, a boost to the AWP.
It's this tag team again, Donk and Shiro working in tandem to post this AWP up on a long angle, and Donk moves into the car.
It's a very committed position for Donk, especially with a full belt of util. He's going to need a multi-kill here. He's going to need everything. His AWP's been removed. They're spamming him out. One well-placed molly could win the round right now for Vitality. Donk doesn't want to wait forever. Flashed out. He's blinded. Gonna have to hold just a little bit more as Donk looks to give them a drive-by, popping his head up. 2, no more, but it's set up the round for Spirit now.
No way, that flash blinding him and him not peeking only covered up the position, the true intention of the round even longer. And so it ends up working in Spirit's favor. Down to this 2v2 now.
I wonder if Magix just really wants to play that molly for the bomb. If Vitality take too long, that the clock is their problem, he could burn out a plant position here. Have to see if that CT incendiary lets him down as Vitality timidly cross through the open.
Are they ready for Gandalf? Because Magix has been sat here all round. They do have a Molotov on ZywOo to try and clear this position out, but where's it going to go? With Zontix making noise over it short.
Yeah.
Gandalf will get mollied. Magix, that swing will be called for, and in to the maws of ZywOo. Zontix naded and ZywOo on the angle, but not able to fire off in time. It's going to be Spinks in this 1v1. Bomb planted, and he goes swinging into Zontix. Low on health, low on chances, but Spinks!
In this T side, and again they bring up the pace. Spinks takes his spawn out long into an eco round. Couple of nades land, couple of shots as well. That should not be happening. That might be a gun.
Yeah, this is awkward. Vitality don't want to give up that weapon, but they're not given a choice in the matter. Chopper's even extending even further. You're not ready for that. You're not ready for this. That's an insane bluff to call for a Chopper.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play too soon though. Ironically enough, if he played now, it'd be perfect. All backs are turned. Apex does consider it for a moment.
Spirit have a lot of aggression. Like, they've got some serious map control here. They've pushed into the upper tunnels. They're holding the long doors. That only leaves this mid avenue open. And even then, Magix is listening for info. Donk's even coming down from the upper tunnels to lend a helping hand, but he's offered up on a silver platter to Mezzi, who will go on a clear. Magix out of the corner. So the pistols and whatever danger they represented, even though this control was getting taken, Vitality navigate these murky waters. They rule the waves. Zontix alone at the B site, getting pressured from all sides, but low HP on Flames. Hold on a second. Zontix gets the ball rolling. Can he finish the job? Can't get past ZywOo, but ZywOo's now got a clutch. Put up or shut up for ZywOo, the star of Vitality. Hunts down Chopper, but can't live to tell the tale.
This will not be a 0.76 rating this time for Donk. You can already tell, 13 and 7, running the board and running in lower as well. This second AWP has been consistently a piece of the CT side. And while Vitality cool, he can't be there. I mollied middle. Donk doesn't care less.
He's doing such a good job of this aggression in the early round. Apex is going to try and deal with him. Oh, Apex! Apex! He's walked right by him. He was in there with the beast. He was caged up with the monster and Donk, and he will eventually deliver that trade. A missed shot through the smoke.
Donk could sense it. He knew he was walking into someone, but it's the miss no scope. And even if Chopper gives away a B pick here, there's still a second man in the site. Spinks feels he's got him trapped, but there's no Molotov in sight, and Zontix just takes that kill. 2 on 4. Vitality constricted and probably left to just one man. Shiro missed below the duck. Apex gets in and gets out with a kill.
Oh man, he's rolling. Oh, he's trying. He's trying to roll back the years as he chases down Shiro. It's just Mezzi. Swing out from this AWP. Shiro's toying with him. Mezzi holds the line, but those rotates get closer with each second that Mezzi wastes. Flash through. No peek on the back of it. Mezzi spamming this smoke could be his death sentence as they're pushing right through behind him. Mezzi's been chased, put in a box, but he will hold on for the first. Will he be able to clutch up again in front of the crowds of London? Tap to short, can't quite do it. And so Mezzi denied clutches, a real kind of cornerstone piece of this CT side. They're en route to win out this half on the CT half in spite of that 2-5 start. They're looking for 5 straight. And Vitality, they come into this round lacking the firepower. No AWP for ZywOo. A bit of util, but they sacrifice the guns in favor of that. And Spirit go for a more passive round by their measure. No aggression through the lower tunnels. Shiro is floating around in mid, trying to catch players crossing, but this is far more passive than what we've seen so far. That is a wild opener from ZywOo's scout, clashing with the AWP in mid. But as they go towards B, they will not find respite. Instead, they will find this duo of Donk and Zontix.
Oh, if Donk stayed tucked there, that could have been everything. Now he's going back to check the mid play, but Vitality are just going to group and explode through the tunnels right now. So I would going back to lay up and execute from the spawn, but it's going to have to be a retake round for Spirit. They have no one in the site.
They knew this when they moved into this setup, but Donk trying to catch them on the smoke plume, pays the price for it. Bomb plant secured, and Vitality gunning for an even half, for an even kill to here. Timeout heading into this final round of play in round 12. And it looks like it's done them a world of good. They didn't have the edge in firepower, but a bit of respect paid to them from Spirit, an opener from ZywOo, and it's going to tee them up to deny a 5-round streak for Spirit right at the end of the half. It's just Magix and Chopper left to get past. Low HP on the defenders, those nades do damage, but it's the manpower that Spirit are lacking. It's the time. It's all building and working against them. Vitality cracked the code to find a 6th and tie us up.
The explosive measures this team could bring. But can Vitality resist is the question. To 2-0 this series, to avoid Anubis entirely. A map unblemished for Spirits.
Of course, it would be marking their 3rd entrance into Grand Finals in a row. So a lot on the line for Vitality here as they finally seek out their gold for Spirit. It's the dream of that 3rd map, the one that we didn't get to see back in Dallas. Pistol round gets rolling now with ZywOo getting these spots in middle, but unable to convert a kill. Spirit take the catwalk.
As he's repositioned as well, he was very aggressive off of spawn. That's going to slow Spirit down on what seems to be a split into this bomb site. Apex has flashes, but playing from the site, the only thing he can really do is blind them a short, delay them for a second, or set up Mezzi. Can Mezzi call for that flash right now? It would be a big assistance. He's just taking wide fights, and Spirit are getting closer and closer. Nice tap for Mezzi. There's more where that came from. Spirit splitting onto A. Apex dodging death for a moment, but it might be chasing him down.
Joe looking like he wants to fight for this. Apex nearly offers it up. Right now they're waiting for Spinks on this wrap round. They try to lend him time. What fight does Shiro want to take? He wins neither.
Uncertain for Spirit there, not wanting to play together, not wanting to chase that kill. And Vitality, very quick reaction.
He may be setting it again for Vitality for Spirit. Got that cold composure. No overly lavish celebrations yet. Just another day in the office. They've got to long this out across a whole 3rd map. As we said earlier, the one that we didn't get to see back in Dallas. Right now, it's just these saved weapons to worry about, and Spinks finds himself with the hero M4 over on Catwalk. There was the chance at the opener. He might not get given another opportunity like that again.
Oh, they bailed. They've really pulled absolutely everyone over to this A bomb site right now. Felt like they were about to run all the way back, but instead it's a B players resetting. Spirit looked very uncertain about this call, right? Chopper and Zontix going back and forth. It's a re-swing on long. That is dirty for Donk. Transfer to 2, Spink's rifle, the one rifle spotted on this bomb site. Maybe that changes the game here for Spirit.
Yeah, this is a really weird scenario for Spirit where they wanted to try and go A, but they've learned that that's where the rifle is, and they learned that right at the start of the round.
Oh, gamble.
And so Vitality try to preempt the rotation. They try to get ahead of Spirit's calling by moving that rifle away from A and over towards B. And this is more of that insane reads put forward from Chopper where he's calling the bluff of Vitality. He doesn't believe that that rifle's staying there. He is one step ahead of Apex and Vitality right now. As Spirit recommit into A, they'll move into an empty bomb site.
Yeah, it's looking done as it gets here on this gun round, but the sad part for Vitality is how winnable it could have been with all these low players on the A site. They might still poke their head in, but positionally, it's going to take some time to get back in this round. And that's a perfect kill for Chopper. Removing an MP9 back up Catwalk only assures the save. Vitality playing the long game now. 9-7. And not even guarantees of getting away with your weaponry. Donk's come hunting for a 3rd kill on low health. He'll pay the price. But Apex ain't getting that AK for free. Zontix makes sure of it.
For Vitality now, there aren't many more chances to stop Spirit here. This is really starting to build uncomfortably fast, out of control. You're looking at it, there's 2, at most 3 rifle rounds between you and defeat. They want it to be brutal. So let's see what they've come up with.
Quad long, control taken. Leaving ZywOo alone at the B-bomb site. We saw Astralis do a lot of these yesterday as well. With Device solo AWPing B. Get the assurance on that plat line. You should get some kills if Spirit go for a B execute. But again, it's slow and methodical for Team Spirit. ZywOo still manages to pick Zontix in the back of the B tunnels.
You remember earlier in the game, Apex called for this boost over at CT, anticipating a mid to B a little bit later. He's done that again, but this time there's a critical change. It's not him in this position, 2 over towards B, and then leaving just 2 players to withstand the A hit. It's nearly the same, but with 1 additional piece over here towards A. And so Vitality have that much more staying power as Spirit try to move in. Spinks, he's the one getting set up right now. He's the guy who's got to go huge as Mezzi draws them in. It's Spinks who's got to go for the kill. Lines up the first, swinging it wide as he takes that fight on a Magix. And there's that 1-2 punch. In tandem with each other for Vitality, they answer back to Spirit. Some adaptations on the fly made by Apex. And finally, he matches up to Chopper.
Yeah, perfectly put. Completely underestimated that Goose position. And even the util for Spirit is pretty ugly. The molly comes very late on ramp. That means Mezzi doesn't need to even force fights from his position. He can set up and bait for Spinks perfectly. And Donk never cleared it. Donk wants that ramp fight. Spirit aren't giving it.
Credit to Mezzi here as well, right? He's meant to be the guy setting Spinks up, and he ends up being the one with all the glory. Double kill from the ramp side, playing in tandem with Spinks, playing for that trade. That's a nice bit of synergy between your 2 A players if they use pauses now, knowing that Spirit don't have any left.
Mezzi, Mezzi, Mezzi.
Yeah, go on, let's give them what they want.
Okay, bit of a B-rush. Old classic here for Team Spirit. Chopper takes his Tech 9s in with a vengeance, but he does get killed by his teammate. Bit of friendly fire here for Team Spirit. Still, they sit burning on this B-bomb side. That molly misses as well. This could be a way in for Vitality. It's really on Donk, up close in the window. With that AK-47 barrel given away, Donk takes his chance and takes his kill. They try and chase him down, they will. Mezzi 1 for 1, and now Vitality starting to consider the save. This is the money on the line right now. Do they want to risk it all in an ugly 2v3? The only temptation is the delay of this bomb plant.
You're faced with that decision. Do you risk it all going for this retake? Do you play the long game? Vitality were given some reasons to be interested here. The TK, the missed Molotov, all opening windows to a retake, but in the end, those doors close, and an up-tempo B play is all Spirit need to break back in.
Sometimes you just got to keep it simple.
That's now the 2nd time here in this second half of play into pole position. Time is running out for Vitality as Spirit extend their reach.
Yeah, save on save on save, but what were they waiting for? We may never know. 20 rounds deep. And Vitality might finally be running out of fire. Spirit with a late long pop. It's Mezzi again, but he's getting caught in between positions. He grabs his first kill. In they come. Mezzi takes 2. More than you can ask for, given the circumstances. But Spirit, man down, just showed us it's possible.
I mean, you lose 2 real supporting elements here. They're right, Chopper and Magic's a big hit in terms of your util, but there's so much room given right now.
Here.
No one's watching this. Zontix has got the cross, and he sees them in mid. He knows they're not paying attention. He knows he's found a gap.
Just hang on, just wait.
Could use this to destroy the hopes of Vitality. Another round where they've taken this advantage by force. And it might be Zontix to undo it all again.
Apex just has no idea. He thinks he's hit enough timings to check this position, but Zontix rears his head and takes another spray kill. Zontix has come up clutch at this end of this T side. The double entries into B, and now that on top of it. Could not ask for more.
Donk's only going to serve to complicate matters as well, trying to cut down these players in rotation.
Missed molly.
So before Vitality can even begin the retake, they're worried about the backlines. They've only seen Zontix here. I mean, they don't know numbers. They're going to risk it all on this 3-on-3 retake.
There's no smoke. It's a perfect post-part. Shiro's positioned for the round win. He takes ZywOo out on the cross, and Vitality once again have to throw in that soggy towel. Covered in sweat, blood, and maybe tears as Spirit take us to map point. Wembley, I hope you're ready for a third map. The weekend, I think.
Spirit, that dragon's eyes flick awake. They have outmaneuvered, they have outcalled, they have outperformed Vitality here on Dust. And even in moments where they look downtrodden, where it looks like it's over, towards the tail end, Zontix has been there to bail them out every step of the way, and it might be another chance for Zontix to get involved, to tear the win away from Vitality as his nade hounds down local hero Mezzi. The advantage sits with Spirit, and they want this over and done with now.
That was desperate for Donk as the smoke blooms through it. Shiro almost catches that rotation. That missed shot may have kept this round and game alive. The Spirit rely on Zontix, who creeps through this smoke. Talked about his lack of headshots. He'll need one to Spinks, hidden back at the plat. He falls at B, but Magix finds an opener, and that brings a bomb up Cats.
Yeah, Spirit have all the info. They know there's only one player inside of A, and that man is ZywOo. He's been relatively quiet here. He's had chances, missed clutches, and this is just more of the same. ZywOo cut down on the cross in an uncomfortable spot, and for Vitality, it all starts to unravel. The beginning of the end as Apex pushes this smoke, doing all he can to try and stop the inevitable. That third map waiting in the wings. Spirit have done their homework. They do not want to repeat the mistakes of Dust 2 from Dallas. And so they give Vitality no chance. 3 maps needed as Spirit show up in the semis. Right now, we're all fans of Counter-Strike, but everyone here is fans of Vitality. London, give them your energy!
The map we never got to see, and Spirit start CT. That is high risk. It better come with a reward. As Maniac mentioned, we just saw how devastated Vitality can look on the CT side of this map. Passive, too passive at times. The T side's where everything gets going. They wait for a play in this pistol. I like this layered boost to see if Spirit starts scaling in the water, but they just go for the full stack. Leaving Zontix at this A site with a smoke.
I think there's a couple of things to keep an eye on here, right? For Spirit, it's not just Donk storming the board, right? It's running deep. As you said, Zontix came alive to help win them Dust 2 down the stretch. Shiro was looking lights out alongside them. There's a lot of players ready to take the mantle for Spirit. For Vitality, ZywOo is topping charts. He is looking good. But if he's not going to be a world beater single-handedly getting this over the line, he's going to need support. And early on, it looked like that could have been Flames. Spinks had some moments on Dust 2, but it can't afford to just be moments here for Vitality. We need people around ZywOo. And so Donk, waiting down in dark, is overran. Mezzi, jump shot opener. Shiro can't offer up any resistance, and as Chopper moves in, the dying light of this round, look at it go in favor of Vitality. It's just Zontix left. He was closing them on Dust, but this is an uphill battle for Zontix. They've got the info, they know where he is. And Vitality on their way to a pistol, if they can just get rid of this last guy.
The most in the pool right now. So if you see 3-4 rounds on the CT side, don't be alarmed. And Vitality can't get ahead of themselves because they've had those woes before on the defense, even at this tournament against G2. So got to keep it going now. Round 3, full buy. Spirit have everything but the orb.
Nades come out right as Chopper moves back in. He ends up catching them. Couple of strays, brings him down to half health. And so Vitality get the mid control they were looking for. As he waiting in the wings outside of A, this is just a bit of defaulting here for Vitality into the first rifle round. They're not doing any sort of crazy call from spawn, no set piece. They're trying to get Spirit nervous all across the map. They can just go to where they find successes, where they get the info that they like. But right now, Zontix is really calling their bluff, coming through these smokes at main.
That's a crazy push for Zontix to make, and even though he won't commit, it's freed up Shiro to rotate. The fear is there's a mid lurker, but Chopper's had an eye on it. He's had pretty good timing, so for the most part, Spirit can just concern themselves with 2 positions on this B bomb site. It's still a 3-on-5. It's still Vitality trying to close that net tighter and tighter, the noose around Spirit's throat.
Donk forced out by the util. That's going to give them some leeway over towards Dark, but the spam does connect. Damage done. Donk trying to bait them in for Shiro. It's this terrifying twosome, this 1-2 punch that Spirit have been able to rely on. And once again, it causes problems for Vitality, but this time they overcome. Mezzi with 2. It's left to Zontix once more. He was in this same position in the pistol, but this time has a fighting chance. Room gained. Mezzi, they're calling for him. Does he want to take this peek? He looks like it. Swinging out, gets Zontix low, and tees up Spinks to close that out for Vitality.
We do have the double orb, but it's on Magix instead of that B bomb site. It's going to allow Donk to roam. This is a great map to play rotation and be really annoying. Going to see him picking Dark a lot. Might see some aggressive setups. Maybe Magix can hold the line while Donk gets aggressive.
Spirit showing shadows of Cloud9. Anyone can all. We'll all try it.
Anyone can try.
Magix gets to have a little go alongside Shiro, rocking the second. Double main setup here for Spirit as Zontix plays the jiggle. He wasn't looking to give up the opener there, but he does get the spot.
Back to a normal setup, and if we have this normal exec for Vitality with the smoke in main, he can actually boost Shiro up over this on the fountain. It's a very strong play to get an opening kill with the AWP. Opting against it though, allowing Vitality to take that main control, and comfortably at that.
Early game Anubis for the CT side is very much like a game of chess. You're kind of exchanging util with one another, right? Not wanting to give up the position. Vitality smoked, Spirit smoked. And so they settle on a bit of a stalemate over towards main.
If you lose one thing, you've got to gain another, right? Give and take. Can't be flying blind on the CT side. Shiro pushed off by clean utility for Vitality. 40 seconds to do this, and Apex undecided on his position. That might force him now into this A hit. Zywu was trying to lurk Dark. Shiro back at the site. Zontix lines up 2, and Shiro finishes the job. It's only Apex. Hit this shot, and the round is done like that. Only a lurk, too far gone.
Oh, not even going to survive the final crossing. Killing the round, so you know that those AWPs are in play.
Quite a setup. Heavy on that A side again out of spawn. Seems like they're going to be going for a play, meeting in the middle. Zontix makes steps close, but pulls back, hoping to just delay Vitality by a few more seconds.
Not a bad way for this to start. Spam on the mid smoke out of flames, and Chopper just caught getting curious. An early advantage taken for Vitality, and not one that you can ever usually account on.
Donk playing very neutered towards Dark, right? No one needs to take this deep fight, knowing that Zywu could absolutely have an AWP on the T side. So he's just dispatching his util and walking his rotate back to the mid side. Can meet with Shiro in this position. Vitality have done a good job of burning out util. Still 2 full belts.
Losing Chopper early, he's forced to gamble out of Spirit, right? They've kind of left B high and dry. It's just on Magix's AWP, and so right now, as Vitality put pressure on, it starts to pull Spirit around the map. Donk might get back there, nice. But Zontix over here in mid is able to stand the test of time as well. Ridding Vitality of Apex and slowing down this mid split. It's no longer really a split, it's all in through main. It's all in to Shiro's AWP. Oh, and Shiro's not missing a beat. Vitality get expelled from the A hit. And Spinks is once again left looking on. His teammates fall around him and Spirit rack up a second.
Even though Zontix has had some great games for this team, he's still, you know, probably one of the weaker players alongside Magix, right? He still goes for all those body shots. He's very easy to overwhelm. It's difficult to get multi-kills as an A anchor. So the fact that we're seeing Shiro regularly AWP out of spawn as well.
Just nice to see him in a team where he gets hyped up, where they make these runs after his time in limbo.
Yeah, I mean, with so many aggressive pieces, he's able to play a very static AWP, one of the more passive AWPers, but so much value on this A site in just 3 rounds won from Spirit.
And this is a big problem for Vitality. It's like they want to try and avoid Donk, they want to try and slow his roll out of the gate, but that A site is not a saving grace for Vitality right now.
Not yet.
I don't think it will be, this setup. The fact that Shiro has never once felt the pressure to rotate. He's always leaning over towards mid, but they've never pulled him out of position. You can't expect to break through that AWP rifle hold. It's so strong when they're there playing in tandem.
The adaptation has to come through mid, though, because Chopper has been extremely passive on this CT side. They've barely been looking at middle, so Vitality needs some lurker to keep pressure on the back line, to keep Spirit with eyes in the other side of their head. But they have not utilized mid once in these gun rounds. Apex starts to lay his claim. And it's only a jiggle play for Zontix, but he's got a Molotov ready. You can have mid. We've got this A site. That's been consistent. They run through the Molotov. Good luck. It's not going to go your way. Bomb dropped. Shiro caught off guard. Zywu with a big dig. And Zontix once again has to stand tall on his own. He does it all. Spinks, too little, too late. No ammo, but he still makes it play. 3 kills on either man, 20 seconds. Spinks, the nade will end it. Making use of them every single time. 125 UD already, top of the server. It's been re-smoking A main, hitting great HEs. And he's not been too tame on this A main position either. He's making these wide swings off of spawn, making sure Vitality hear his presence in this position. What that does do is force Vitality to take A main with a Molotov, with a smoke. And so Spirit always know it's coming. It feels like they're always set up for this A hit. Vitality can't just walk into A main, and if they did, there's an AWP waiting.
It's almost painstakingly clear that the plan was to abuse this A site, and that has not worked. And so what do you do when your plan is not working for Vitality? That's going to be a test for Apex, a test of his mettle. Finally seeking to try and pressure Dark a little bit more. The bomb drop back outside of B. But at this point, after so many failed A plays, after getting shut down there time and time and time again, is this too obvious? Is this too clear? Chopper's getting pressured, but it's the nade that opens up. Bails himself out. Donk's not so lucky, and they do land the spam on a Chopper. Messi delivers the goods. Vitality needed a push. They needed a nudge back into this game. And Messi has given it to them. Another double opener over towards B. They're not out of the woods yet. This terrifying duo that have uprooted every round at A. Move in and try to recover a 2-on-3. A kill's got to come soon, and it will, but it's Shiro falling over at long. Zontix gets decapitated.
Fashion, they found those 4 rounds. Still can be. No AWP, no kits. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Five rounds would still be a good CT side for Spirit. For Vitality, it's all about stopping that. You want to feel like you're going into the second half with the momentum, with the control. You stopped a 4-round streak and rebuilt 4 of your own. If they do that,
Lining something up.
if they're able to do that, the ebb and flow of this game starts to lean back in Vitality's favor, and they don't have much to go up against in this round. Burn some of this neutral early over in A.
It's a good trade for Zontix, though, because he still gets the position back. As they molly smoke, he does the same. And now they know, again, they're 4B, they're strong, but that opening kill comes in for Zywu.
First, they tried to avoid Donk. But ZywOo finally realizes he's meant to match this man. They lose Mezzi and ZywOo down in lower. The SMGs start to pick up the pieces for Spirit, and they might just find a way back in right at the end, right as Vitality thought they'd found the golden ticket. Spirit send them packing. No refunds allowed. 5 rounds on the CT side keeps this one super competitive. And with just Apex left standing, it should only be a matter of time. There's Magic's to close. Spirit have still got fight left in them.
Onto Vitality's defense. 7-5 right now as we enter the final half of this semi-final to see who will be going for gold. Slow and steady wins the race. It's a marathon, not a sprint in this third map.
Donk and ZywOo might have been the headline players across the series, but here in this third map, you're looking at different heroes for either side. Zontix and Shiro rising to the occasion for Spirit in a stalwart defense over towards A. And for Vitality, it's been Flames and Mezzi really making a difference here. And now the hit comes in. Flames up close. And alongside him, he's got Mezzi. Can they hold on? Mezzi seems to think so. 1 kill from him, but there's that split out from middle. Apex makes up for it. 3v3.
High position.
That's been gifted. Apex picks that up, but it's a clean shot back from Shiro, continuing his dominance over this A-bomb site. Spinks is so wounded, and Shiro will finish him off. ZywOo moves in to a lost site. Tripping over the bodies of teammates. He's cut down. Shiro owns A.
With a pistol in their pocket, Spirit start to build back into a T side. Remember, they wanted to end on this half. They wanted to get CT out of the way. And this defense is where Vitality have issues. So they fight back with a force buy. Full MP9s, run and gun. Zontix, A main, masterclass on CT. Can he keep that up?
Oh, that's not a bad way to start. Flames thrives in the fire, but trying to take it one step further. That fire is quelled. What? Now they collapse upon Shiro. And so with the low buy, Vitality taking risks.
They come swinging, dropping mid, out dog, jumping A main. They just want to catch Spirit by surprise. They've done exactly that. 3-on-2, and they grab the better guns. 2 Galils to the 1.
Job's not done yet, though, for Vitality. They've made a name for themselves here in this second round, but now they've got to deliver on that promise. Spirits set their eyes on A, and ZywOo and Apex, the 2 Galils, leave this position. A is open, and ZywOo is only going to learn about this maybe a little too late as they swing in. ZywOo holds the line! You feel in full control. The question is now poised to Vitality. Can they do anything to change that? Going to be aggression up the lane in middle. Very quickly done from Mezzi. From saving guns to saving the king, perhaps.
Straight down their goal hole. That is one way to find the opener. Back-to-back rounds, Vitality make a play, and it pays off. But it's still about this slow crawl from Spirit. As they try and respond in the middle of the map, the one gap that Vitality have left open, and it's been very well read yet again. The hole found. Vitality still want to make plays. Nothing wrong with this. Continually gathering info. Another B flash, getting aggressive with it as well.
Yeah, this is Vitality playing with a lot more confidence, and in this situation, it's rewarding them with a lot more info. They have a far greater picture of how this round is panning out.
That's
break on the mid-smoke is nice. It brings ZywOo into the fold. So similar to rounds gone by, this one is won or lost on the mid-fights. ZywOo, first point of contention. That's the bomb over in camera, but Magix gets out with his life. And now they're wrapping around Apex. Apex might be the guy to try and stop this. Shiro's holding for it, and Apex is dead. Mezzi in his kingdom. This has to be his moment. You've seen him deliver over here on B. You all saw it back at Dallas. It's do or die for Messi. Do or die for the Merryman, and just one. Flames can't prop this up. He's so low on health. The nade will find him. Spirit, double digits locked in.
Even here on Anubis, responsible for multiple rounds on that A site. This is Spirit spilling over the brim and trying to steal this series away from Vitality at the final hour.
Aggro play, but once again it falls on deaf ears. Donk unmatched in the opener. ZywOo might have been called the game, but Donk is the one who breaks it. Frenchman group down in lower tunnels, desperate for anything.
And that's the thing, Vitality have been fine to make plays today. That's the craziest part. It's not like that game against G2. They're willing to throw themselves through mid-smokes, to go for these boosts. They've started 5v4s, but Spirit are still closing rounds from man down. This could be weird. Apex catches one, and ZywOo has the cover for the stairs. It's 3-on-3, blink and you miss it. Vitality have flipped this one on its head. Still far from a closed round. Bomb site open for the taking. Apex tries to stop the cross, but Magic hits a crucial shot. 2v3 now. If they can smoke off the Temple side, Flames has nothing to do.
Look at Spirit. They're going B.
They called the bluff.
They keep doing this all throughout this series. They've exploited the jitteriness of Vitality, and once again, it's put them onto a winner.
What a call from Chopper.
Vitality was scrambling A, and that bomb goes down over a B, the site that they just possessed mere moments ago.
Are you going to save here? Are you going to save when this game may be done? If you do, Magic stops Flames flying through the smoke, and ZywOo around too far. Match point, grand final point for Team Spirit.
Let's see Vitality never even attempting these. It leaves you wondering what could have been if one of these rounds had gone their way. But as ZywOo is relegated to the save and the rest of Vitality look onwards, it might be another sour memory in the playoffs as once more a chance of lifting that trophy looks to elude them, as has been the story all season long.
And again he dies!
Falls, no orb, no chance!
6 rounds in a row, looking for that 7th, that cherry on top, that sweet feeling of success. And nothing in this half has screamed Vitality or in it to win it.
Relatively quiet from ZywOo, a close-knit scoreboard for Vitality, but one that hasn't propelled them into these rounds. A safe style of play in the saves, never wanting to risk it at the end of rounds, instead taking them early. And those risks have banked up.
I mean, none of these saves, almost none of the saves on this map have been successful, right? Spirit have hunted them every single time. They know the value of removing those guns. Spirit going for the throat. And Vitality in this third map choking.
A feat they've only been able to replicate once since that Katowice win for Spirit. Made it to the finals in Dacia, but then ended up falling to Maus. Here they're looking to beat a world-class level of opposition and doing it convincingly, one where the scoreline maybe doesn't show just how one-sided this one's been. Flames, he's been a problem piece over here in main, but it's swiftly dealt with by the Donk. 4-on-4, hanging in the balance is Vitality's life on this stage in London.
And again, look at the call. They've drawn every single player over but Spinks. This fake out for Chopper is a masterclass, and it's only Spinks.
Has to do it now. This round stands on pillars of sand, and with Spinks dead, those foundations crumble.
Oh,
Apex
dear.
catches the bomb out wide. Magic's one at the time. Vitality right at the end.
And we play on.
Can Vitality overcome those demons of crumbling when it really matters? Because it matters now. 3 rounds in a row. That's what they need to take us to overtime. They finally break a streak of 6 from Spirit. But they now need to embark on one of their own. And this B play, this will decide it. Mezzi back of the site, fall blind and run down. Mezzi is the first to fall. And Vitality in rounds like this, they've looked to save, but ZywOo catching Donk. The stars clash in the spawn, and ZywOo shines a little brighter, hits a little harder. Is that enough to bring Vitality back in for this retake? Spinks down in lower. Apex gonna try and move out through Temple, but a kill's gotta come. Something's gotta give. Chopper swings it wide, but there's an immediate trade. All the util now starts to run dry for Spirit. They're playing on Vitality's timer, on their clock, but the time is quickly getting away from Vitality. Subtix falls. It's Shiro spam or nothing. Shiro